Stop and listen with your full attention, because I'm about to reveal something that will completely shatter your understanding of time, manifestation, and reality itself. Everything you desire already exists, not as a possibility, not as a potential, but as an actual reality existing right now in this present moment. You already have it. You already possess it. You already are it. The only reason you don't experience it in your physical reality is because you don't know it yet. Your paradigm blocks you from knowing what you already have. And tonight, I'm going to show you exactly how to break through that blockage, how to shift from not knowing to knowing, and how to experience in physical form what already exists in quantum reality. Before we go any deeper into this mind-bending truth, I need you to make a declaration. Leave a comment right now with these exact words. I already have it. I just don't know it yet. This is not just a comment. This is your acknowledgement of a fundamental truth about the nature of reality. This is your decision to shift from the paradigm of lack to the paradigm of already having. Write it now. I already have it. I just don't know it yet. Feel something unlock in your consciousness as you write those words. That's the door to your desired reality beginning to open. Now let me explain what I mean when I say you already have what you desire. I'm not speaking metaphorically or philosophically. I'm speaking about actual quantum physics and the nature of consciousness and reality. At the quantum level, all possibilities exist simultaneously right now. This is not New Age mysticism. This is established science. Quantum physicists call it the field of infinite potential, the quantum field, the unified field. Bob Proctor, who studied with the masters of consciousness, called it the universal mind or the one mind. In this field, every possible version of reality exists right now. There is a version of reality where you're wealthy. There is a version where you're healthy. There is a version where you have the relationship you desire. There is a version where you have the business you dream of. There is a version where you're living your ideal life. All of these versions exist simultaneously in the quantum field. They're not future possibilities, they're present actualities. They exist now, so why don't you experience them? Because your paradigm determines which version of reality you tune into and experience. Your paradigm is like a radio receiver. There are hundreds of radio signals in the air around you right now, but you only hear one station at a time, whichever station your radio is tuned to. All the other stations exist, they're broadcasting, but you don't hear them because you're not tuned to their frequency. Your paradigm is your tuning mechanism. It determines which version of reality you perceive and experience. If your paradigm is tuned to lack and limitation, that's the version of reality you experience, even though versions of abundance and possibility exist simultaneously. If your paradigm is tuned to unworthiness and failure, that's what you experience, even though versions of worthiness and success exist simultaneously. You already have everything. You just don't know it because your paradigm is tuned to a frequency that doesn't allow you to perceive it. This is the revolutionary insight that changes everything. You don't need to create your desired reality. It already exists. You don't need to wait for it to manifest. It's already manifested in quantum reality. You just need to tune your paradigm to the frequency of that reality. You need to shift from not knowing to knowing. And the moment you know, the moment your consciousness locks onto the frequency of your desired reality, your physical experience shifts to match it. Not eventually, not gradually, but in that moment of knowing. If you haven't already, write in the comments now, I already have it, I just don't know it yet. And if this teaching is expanding your consciousness, if you can feel the limitations of your old paradigm cracking, subscribe to this channel immediately and like this video. Because what I'm teaching you is not mainstream manifestation advice. This is quantum consciousness. This is the mechanics of reality creation at the deepest level. Now let me show you exactly how to shift from not knowing to knowing. This is the core practice that Bob Proctor taught for decades, though he expressed it in different ways at different times. The essence is always the same. You must shift your consciousness from the paradigm of not having to the paradigm of already having, not by convincing yourself of something intellectually, but by actually knowing at the deepest level of your being. This knowing is different from thinking or believing. You might think you deserve abundance. You might believe that abundance is possible for you. But if you don't know that you already are abundant, you won't experience abundance. Thinking happens in your conscious mind. Believing happens in your intellectual mind. But knowing happens in your subconscious mind, in your being, in your cells. When you truly know something, there's no doubt, there's no questioning, there's no wavering, you just know. Think about something you know without doubt. Maybe you know your name. You don't believe your name. You don't hope your name is what it is. You know it. There's absolute certainty. No one can convince you otherwise, because the knowing is so deep and complete. This is the level of knowing you need to develop about your desired reality. You need to know that you already have it with the same certainty that you know your name. How do you develop this level of knowing? Through a systematic process of paradigm breaking that Bob Proctor perfected over his lifetime. The process has 4 stages: recognition, acceptance, embodiment, and actualization. Let me break down each stage in detail. Stage 1, recognition, seeing what already exists. The first stage is recognizing that your desired reality already exists in the quantum field. This is not a belief you're trying to adopt. This is a truth you're trying to perceive. Right now, as you read these words, the version of reality where you have everything you desire exists. It's not somewhere else. It's not in the future. It's here now, at a different frequency. To move through stage 1, you need to spend time contemplating this truth until it becomes more than just an intellectual concept. Close your eyes multiple times throughout your day and say to yourself, my desired reality already exists. It's here now. I just need to tune into it. Feel into this truth. Let it sink deeper than your thinking mind. Let it penetrate your consciousness at a visceral level. Bob Proctor used to teach a specific visualization for this stage. He would have people visualize the quantum field as an infinite ocean of possibility. And in this ocean, every possible version of reality exists as a wave pattern, a frequency. You visualize yourself standing in this ocean, surrounded by infinite waves of different frequencies. And somewhere in this ocean is the exact frequency of your desired reality. It's already there. It's already formed. It already exists. Your job is not to create it, but to find it and tune into it. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes every morning doing this visualization. See the infinite ocean. Feel yourself surrounded by infinite possibilities. And then intend to find the frequency of your desired reality. Don't force it. Just set the intention. I'm looking for the frequency where I already have what I desire. I'm looking for the version of reality where I already am who I want to become. And then watch what arises in your consciousness. You might get insights. You might feel sensations. You might see images. These are all communications from the frequency you're seeking. The key in stage 1 is to shift from I want this to this already exists and I'm finding it. This is a profound shift. Wanting keeps you in lack. Finding assumes existence. You don't find something that doesn't exist. You only find what already exists. So by shifting to the mindset of finding, you're automatically assuming existence. And this assumption begins to tune your paradigm to the frequency of already having. Stage 1 typically takes 1 to 2 weeks of daily practice. You'll know you've completed stage 1 when you genuinely feel the truth that your desired reality already exists. Not as a belief, but as a felt sense, a knowing. When someone asks, are you sure that reality exists? You don't need to think about it. You just know, yes, it exists. I can feel it. Stage 2, acceptance, claiming what already belongs to you. Once you've recognized that your desired reality already exists, Stage 2 is about accepting it as yours. This might sound simple, but it's actually where most people get stuck. They can intellectually accept that abundance exists in the universe. They can accept that success is possible for humans, but they can't accept that abundance and success already belong to them personally. Their paradigm blocks them from claiming what's already theirs. This is the deepest level of unworthiness programming, the belief that good things exist, but not for you. The belief that others can have what they desire, but you can't. The belief that you're somehow different, somehow less deserving, somehow not included in the infinite abundance of the universe. This programming is insidious because it can hide behind intellectual acceptance. You can say, I deserve abundance, while deep down feeling, but not really. Stage 2 is about dissolving this unworthiness programming and fully claiming your desired reality as already yours. Bob Proctor had a powerful practice for this stage. He called it assuming ownership. Every morning and evening you sit quietly and you make declarations of ownership over your desired reality, not in the future, right now. For example, if your desire is financial abundance, you don't say, I will be wealthy. That's future tense. That keeps abundance in the future. You say, I am wealthy. This wealth already exists and it's already mine. I claim it now, I accept it now, I own it now. You say this with absolute conviction. You say it as if you're simply stating a fact that already is, not creating something that will be. If your desire is a healthy body, you say, I am healthy. This health already exists and it's already mine. I claim it now, I accept it now, I embody it now. If your desire is a loving relationship, you say, I am loved. This love already exists and it's already mine. I claim it now, I accept it now, I experience it now. You get the pattern. You're claiming ownership of what already exists. But here's the critical piece that most people miss. You can't just say the words mechanically. You must feel the acceptance happening. You must feel yourself opening to receive. You must feel the shift from that's out there to that's mine. This is an energetic shift, a vibrational shift, a consciousness shift. When you truly accept something as yours, something relaxes inside you, something settles. There's a sense of, ah yes, of course this is mine. During stage 2, you'll likely encounter resistance. Your old paradigm will generate thoughts like, who are you to claim this? Or you don't deserve this, or this is arrogant, or you're being delusional. These thoughts are the unworthiness programming defending itself. Don't fight these thoughts. Don't argue with them. Just acknowledge them as old programming and return to your practice of acceptance. Bob Proctor used to say, acceptance is the opposite of resistance. When you resist your good, you keep it away. When you accept your good, you allow it in. Most people are unconsciously resisting their desires through unworthiness programming. Stage 2 is about consciously dissolving that resistance and opening fully to acceptance. You'll know you've completed stage 2 when you feel genuine ownership of your desired reality. When someone asks, is that yours? You don't hesitate, you don't doubt. You say, yes, that's mine, not with arrogance, but with simple certainty. Like someone asking if your car in the driveway is yours. You don't need to think about it, you just know, yes, that's mine. Stage 2 typically takes 2 to 4 weeks of daily practice. The timeline depends on how deeply entrenched your unworthiness programming is. Be patient with yourself. This is deep work. You're undoing potentially decades of programming that told you that you're not worthy of having what you desire. That programming didn't form overnight. It won't dissolve overnight, but it will dissolve with consistent practice. Stage 3, embodiment. Being who you already are. Once you've recognized that your desired reality exists and accepted it as yours, stage 3 is about embodying it. This is where you shift from knowing in your mind to knowing in your body, in your cells, in your entire being. This is where the quantum reality that exists at a different frequency begins to crystallize into physical experience. Embodiment is different from visualization or affirmation. Embodiment is a whole being experience. It's when your thoughts, emotions, behaviors, body language, energy and vibration all align with your desired reality simultaneously. When you're fully embodied, there's no gap between who you're being and who you would be if you had your desire. You're already being that person, because at the quantum level, you already are that person. Bob Proctor taught embodiment through what he called living from the end. You don't live as if you're working toward your goal. You live as if you've already achieved your goal, and you're now simply living your life from that achieved state. Every decision you make from the end. Every action you take from the end. Every word you speak from the end. Every thought you think from the end. Let me give you concrete examples. If your desired reality is financial abundance, embodiment means you make financial decisions from abundance consciousness, not scarcity consciousness. Maybe you can't buy the mansion yet, but you can leave generous tips. Maybe you can't take the luxury vacation yet, but you can invest in quality over cheap. You make every financial decision as someone who is abundant, who knows more is always flowing, who doesn't operate from fear of lack. If your desired reality is being a successful entrepreneur, embodiment means you show up every day as a successful entrepreneur. You don't show up as someone trying to become successful. You show up as someone who already is successful and is simply doing their work. Your energy is different, your confidence is different, your decision-making is different. You invest in yourself without hesitation because successful entrepreneurs invest in themselves. You speak about your business with certainty because successful entrepreneurs are certain about their vision. If your desired reality is vibrant health, embodiment means you treat your body as the healthy, vibrant body. It already is at the quantum level. You feed it well, you move it regularly, you rest it adequately, you speak to it kindly. Not from a place of, I need to do this to become healthy, but from a place of, I do this because I'm healthy. This is how healthy people treat their bodies. The key to embodiment is consistency. You need to maintain this embodied state as continuously as possible throughout your day, not just during your morning practice, all day long. This is what creates the sustained frequency shift that allows the quantum reality to manifest in physical form. Every moment you're embodying your desired reality, you're tuning your receiver to that frequency. Every moment you slip back into your old identity, you're tuning back to the old frequency. Bob Proctor used to teach a powerful technique for maintaining embodiment consistency. He called it identity checking. Throughout your day, set reminders to ask yourself, who am I being right now? Am I being the person who already has what I desire, or am I being my old limited self? This simple check-in brings you back to embodiment when you've slipped out of it. During stage 3, you'll also experience what Bob Proctor called reality testing. Your external circumstances will seem to contradict your embodied reality. Your bank account will still show limited funds while you're embodying abundance. Your body will still show symptoms while you're embodying health. Your business will still be small while you're embodying success. This is the ultimate test. Can you maintain your embodiment even when physical reality contradicts it? This is where most people fail. They start embodying, circumstances don't change immediately, and they interpret this as it's not working, and they give up. But here's what's actually happening. There's a time lag between consciousness shift and circumstantial shift. You've shifted your frequency. You're now tuned to the reality where you already have what you desire. But physical reality needs time to reorganize itself to match your new frequency. It's like turning a ship. You turn the wheel, but the ship doesn't instantly change direction. There's momentum, there's inertia, but it will turn. The practice in stage 3 is to maintain your embodiment regardless of physical circumstances. You embody not because circumstances have changed, but because you know at the quantum level you already are who you're embodying. You're not faking it. You're not pretending. You're accessing a version of yourself that already exists in the quantum field, and you're bringing that version into physical manifestation through your sustained embodiment. Stage 3 typically takes 4 to 8 weeks of consistent daily practice. You'll know you've completed stage 3 when your embodiment becomes natural and automatic instead of forced and conscious. When you wake up in the morning, you automatically think, feel, and move as the person who already has their desire. You don't have to remind yourself. It's just who you are now. The embodiment has become your new identity. Stage 4, actualization. experiencing what you already have. Stage 4 is when your physical circumstances finally catch up to your consciousness shift. This is when the quantum reality you've been tuned into begins to manifest in tangible physical form. This is when you start experiencing in the physical world what you already knew existed in the quantum field. This is actualization. Actualization is not something you make happen. It's something you allow to happen. If you've genuinely moved through the first 3 stages, actualization is inevitable. It's not a matter of if, but when. The universe must respond to your new frequency. Physical reality must reorganize to match your consciousness. This is law. This is how reality works. During stage 4, you'll start to see circumstantial shifts. Money shows up in unexpected ways. Opportunities appear that weren't there before. People enter your life who can help you. Situations resolve themselves. Doors open. Obstacles dissolve. Things start falling into place. Not through force or effort, but through natural alignment. You're vibrating at the frequency of your desired reality, and reality is responding by delivering that reality to you in physical form. But here's something critical to understand about stage 4. The actualization doesn't usually happen all at once. It typically happens progressively. First, small manifestations, then bigger ones, then bigger ones. It's a cascade. Each manifestation reinforces your knowing, which raises your frequency, which brings bigger manifestations, which reinforces your knowing even more. It's an upward spiral. Bob Proctor taught that during stage 4, your job is not to force manifestation, but to continue embodying and to gratefully receive what shows up. When a manifestation occurs, don't brush it off as coincidence. Acknowledge it, celebrate it, thank the universe for it. This acknowledgement and gratitude further raises your frequency and accelerates the cascade. Also, during stage 4, be willing to take inspired action. Actualization often requires your participation. The universe will guide you to take certain actions. You'll get ideas, impulses, intuitions. Follow them without hesitation. These are not random thoughts. These are the universe showing you how to participate in your own manifestation. The key is that these actions feel inspired, not forced. They feel exciting, not draining. They feel aligned, not conflicted. You'll know you're in stage 4 when physical evidence starts appearing. When you can point to concrete changes in your circumstances and say, that's a manifestation. That's the quantum reality becoming physical. Keep track of these manifestations. Document them. Journal about them. This documentation serves as evidence that strengthens your knowing and accelerates the cascade. Stage 4 can happen quickly or slowly, depending on what you're manifesting and how aligned your embodiment has been. Some manifestations occur within days or weeks. Others take months. But remember, the timeline doesn't matter because at the quantum level, you already have it. The physical actualization is just the final piece. Don't get impatient. Trust the process. Stay in embodiment and let actualization unfold naturally. Write in the comments again, I already have it, I just don't know it yet. And commit to moving through these 4 stages systematically. This is not casual practice. This is deep, paradigm-breaking work. This is consciousness transformation. This is how you go from not knowing to knowing, from not having to having, from seeking to being. Now let me teach you specific daily practices for each stage to accelerate your progress through this 4-stage process. These practices are designed to work synergistically. You do all of them every day, but you emphasize different practices depending on which stage you're currently in. Daily practice 1, quantum field meditation, 15 to 20 minutes. Every morning, do this meditation to connect with the quantum field and recognize that your desired reality already exists. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Take several deep breaths to center yourself. Then visualize yourself surrounded by an infinite field of pure potential. This field is luminous, alive, intelligent. It contains every possible version of reality. Say internally, I am connected to the quantum field where all possibilities exist. My desired reality already exists in this field. I'm now tuning into its frequency. Then sit in receptive silence. Don't force anything, just feel. Pay attention to any sensations, images, or knowing that arises. You might feel a tingling, you might see colors, you might sense a presence, you might suddenly know something. These are all signs that you're connecting with the frequency of your desired reality. After 10 to 15 minutes of receptive silence, make your declarations. I recognize that your desired reality already exists. I accept that it's mine. I embody the person who already has it. I'm grateful for its actualization. Say these declarations with feeling. Let them sink in. Then sit for another few minutes in the feeling of already having. End your meditation with gratitude. Daily practice. 2. Ownership affirmations throughout the day. Throughout your day, especially during stage 2, repeatedly affirm your ownership of your desired reality, but do these affirmations correctly. Most people affirm from lack. I am abundant, said with a feeling of, but I'm really not, doesn't work. That's affirming the lack, not the abundance. Instead, affirm from already having. Say your affirmation and then immediately generate the feeling of it already being true. I am abundant, followed by feeling abundant. I am healthy, followed by feeling healthy. I am successful, followed by feeling successful. The affirmation is just a trigger for the feeling. The feeling is what shifts your frequency. Do this at least 10 times throughout your day, maybe every hour. Set reminders if needed. Each time, say the affirmation and generate the feeling for at least 30 seconds. Over time, the feeling becomes automatic. You won't need the affirmation anymore because the feeling will be your baseline state. Daily practice. 3. Embodied decision-making all day. This practice is for stage 3. Every single decision you make throughout your day, make it from your embodied identity. Ask before each decision, what would the person who already has what I desire choose in this situation? And then choose that. This applies to everything. What you eat, what you wear, what you say, what you buy, what you don't buy, how you spend your time, how you respond to challenges. Every decision is an opportunity to embody your desired reality. Most people make decisions from their current circumstances or their old identity. You're going to make decisions from your future accomplished identity that already exists at the quantum level. This practice is incredibly powerful because decision-making is where consciousness meets action. When your decisions align with your desired reality, you're literally acting your desired reality into physical manifestation. Each aligned decision is a vote for your new reality. Each misaligned decision is a vote for your old reality. You're voting all day long with your decisions. Vote for what you want. Daily practice 4. Evidence tracking every evening. Every evening, especially during stage 4, document evidence of actualization. Open your journal and write, evidence that my desired reality is manifesting. Then list everything you noticed that day that could be interpreted as evidence. Maybe you received an unexpected check. Maybe someone complimented you in a way that aligns with your desired identity. Maybe an opportunity appeared. Maybe you felt different. Maybe you made a different choice. Everything counts as evidence. Most people dismiss small manifestations as coincidence, or they don't notice them at all. This practice trains you to notice and acknowledge evidence. And what you acknowledge, you amplify. The more evidence you recognize, the more evidence appears. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy in the best way. Your recognition of manifestation increases manifestation. After listing your evidence, write, I'm grateful for these manifestations. I know that bigger manifestations are coming. I know that I already have my desired reality at the quantum level, and it's materializing more every day. This gratitude and knowing keeps your frequency high and accelerates the actualization cascade. Daily practice. 5. Future memory creation before sleep. Right before you fall asleep, when your brain is in the theta state, which is highly programmable, do this practice. Visualize a specific memory from your desired reality, but don't visualize it as something that's going to happen. Visualize it as something that has already happened and you're remembering it. For example, if your desire is financial abundance, don't visualize I'm going to check my bank account and see $1 million. Instead, visualize. I remember the day I checked my account and saw $1 million. I remember exactly how I felt. I remember what I did next. I remember calling my family to share the news. You're creating a memory of your desired reality as if it's already occurred in your past. This is incredibly powerful because your subconscious mind stores this as an actual memory, and your subconscious works to create consistency between your memories and your present. If your subconscious has a memory of you being wealthy, it will work to make your present reality match that memory. You're literally programming your subconscious with memories of your desired reality. Do this practice for 10 to 15 minutes before sleep. Make the memory as vivid and detailed as possible. Engage all your senses. Make it feel absolutely real. Then drift off to sleep in that feeling of already having what you desire. Your subconscious will continue working on actualization all night long. Now let me address some common questions and challenges with this "you already have it" approach. First, how can I truly believe I already have something when my physical reality clearly shows I don't? This question reveals a fundamental misunderstanding. You're not trying to believe against physical evidence. You're trying to know at a deeper level of reality than physical. Physical reality is the densest, slowest frequency of reality. It has the most inertia. It changes last. But quantum reality, consciousness reality, is instantaneous. When you shift your consciousness, that shift happens immediately at the quantum level. The physical level just takes time to catch up. So you're not believing against evidence. You're knowing at a deeper level that the evidence hasn't reached yet. Second question, isn't this just positive thinking or denial? No. Positive thinking is trying to think good thoughts despite feeling bad. That doesn't work because the feeling is what creates reality, not the thinking. And denial is refusing to acknowledge what is. That doesn't work either because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. This approach is different. You acknowledge what is physically, but you know that a different reality exists quantum mechanically, and you choose to align with that reality through your consciousness and embodiment. Third question, what if I do all this and nothing manifests? If you've genuinely moved through all 4 stages with consistency and nothing has manifested physically, then one of 3 things is true. Either you haven't actually completed the stages, you're only doing them intellectually rather than experientially, or your desired reality needs to manifest in a different form than you're expecting, and you're not recognizing the manifestations because they look different, or there's subconscious resistance that you haven't uncovered yet. The solution in all 3 cases is the same. Go deeper, be more honest with yourself, and stay consistent longer. Real knowing creates real manifestation. It's law. If manifestation isn't happening, knowing hasn't occurred yet. Don't give up. Go deeper into the practices. Be more rigorous in your embodiment. Stay consistent for longer. The breakthrough will come. Let me share a powerful story that illustrates this entire process. I had a student who wanted to manifest a specific amount of money to start her dream business. She had been trying to manifest this money for 2 years, using various techniques with no success. She was frustrated and about to give up. Then she learned this "you already have it" approach. She started with stage 1, recognizing that the money already existed in the quantum field. She did the quantum field meditation daily. Within a week, she reported that she could feel the existence of the money, not as a hope, but as a knowing. It's there. I can sense it. I just can't touch it yet. This was her completing stage 1. Then she moved to stage 2, accepting the money as hers. This was harder. She had deep unworthiness programming around deserving money, but she persisted with the ownership affirmations. This money is mine. I claim it. I accept it. After 3 weeks, something shifted. She said, I suddenly knew it was mine. Like, I own this money. It's already mine, even though I can't see it yet. Stage 2 complete. Then stage 3. embodiment. She started making all her financial decisions as someone who already had the money. She invested in a business course. She started telling people about her business idea as if it was already funded. She designed her business as if she already had the resources. She embodied financial confidence. After 2 months of this, she said, "I feel like a different person. I'm not trying to become someone. I already am someone." And then stage 4, actualization. Within the 3rd month, a series of unexpected events occurred. A family member gifted her money. A past client paid an old debt. She won a small business grant she had forgotten she applied for. Within 6 weeks, she had manifested not exactly the amount she originally wanted, but actually more. The quantum reality had become physical reality. But here's the most important part of her story. She said, "By the time the money actually showed up, I almost didn't need it to prove anything to myself anymore. I already knew I had it. The physical money was just confirmation of what I already knew was true." This is the power of genuine knowing. When you truly know you already have something at the quantum level, the physical manifestation becomes inevitable, but also less important, because the knowing itself is so satisfying and complete. This is the paradox of this approach. The more you genuinely know you already have it, the less desperately you need it to show up physically. And that lack of desperation, that lack of neediness, actually accelerates the physical manifestation. Because neediness is a low frequency that repels manifestation. Knowing is a high frequency that attracts manifestation. Let me share some advanced insights for those who are ready to go even deeper with this work. At the highest level of understanding, you realize that there is no separation between you and what you desire. You and your desire are one consciousness experiencing itself. Your desire for abundance is abundance experiencing a temporary amnesia of itself. Your desire for love is love experiencing a temporary forgetting of itself. Your desire for health is health experiencing a temporary disconnection from itself. When you understand this at the deepest level, you realize that you're not trying to get something you don't have. You're trying to remember something you've temporarily forgotten. You already are abundance. You already are love. You already are health. You already are success. These are not external things you need to acquire. These are aspects of your true nature you need to recognize and embody. This shifts the entire manifestation process from acquisition to recognition. You're not trying to attract abundance from outside yourself. You're recognizing the abundance that you already are. You're not trying to find love. You're remembering that you are love. This is why Bob Proctor always taught, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. Become it and you have it. Because at the quantum level, being and having are the same thing. Here's another advanced insight. The reason most people struggle with knowing they already have what they desire is because their identity is attached to their current circumstances. They think, I am what my circumstances show me to be. If their bank account is empty, they think I am poor. If their body is unhealthy, they think I am sick. If they're alone, they think I am unloved. Their identity is externally defined, but your true identity is not determined by circumstances. Your true identity exists at the quantum level, at the consciousness level, independent of any physical circumstance. You are not your bank account. You are not your body. You are not your relationship status. You are infinite consciousness, temporarily having a physical experience. And at that level of consciousness, you can be and have anything because all possibilities exist simultaneously. When you stop identifying with your circumstances and start identifying with your quantum self, with your consciousness self, with your true infinite nature, then knowing you already have what you desire becomes natural and easy. Because at that level, you do already have it. It's not a belief you're trying to adopt. It's a truth you're recognizing. Let's do a powerful practice right now to help you shift into this knowing. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Now imagine that you can step out of your current physical body and circumstances. You're stepping out of the limited identity that's defined by your physical reality. You're stepping into pure consciousness, your quantum self, your infinite self. From this expanded perspective, look at the quantum field. See all the infinite possibilities existing simultaneously. See the version of reality where you already have what you desire. See yourself in that reality. See yourself wealthy or healthy or loved or successful or whatever your desire is. See that this version of you already exists right now. It's not in the future, it's in the present at a different frequency. Now, as pure consciousness, claim that version as yours. Say internally, that is me. That version already exists, and it's already mine. I'm now choosing to tune into that frequency and experience that reality. Feel yourself aligning with that frequency. Feel yourself becoming that version. Feel the knowing arising. I already have this, it's already mine. I already am this. Stay with this knowing for a few moments. Let it sink deep into your being, and then slowly bring your awareness back to your physical body. But as you do, bring the knowing with you. Open your eyes. You've just experienced yourself at the quantum level where you already have what you desire. That experience is not imagination. That's reality at a deeper level than physical. Take a final deep breath, place both hands over your heart and declare, I already have what I desire. It exists in the quantum field. It's mine. I know this at the deepest level of my being. I'm now embodying this truth and allowing it to actualize in physical form. I am patient, I am certain, I am grateful. Because I already have it, I already am it. Feel that declaration resonating through every cell of your body. This is not hope. This is not wishful thinking. This is knowing. This is truth. At the quantum level, you already have everything you desire. Your only work is to align your consciousness with that truth through recognition, acceptance, embodiment, and to allow it to actualize. Tonight, begin your quantum field meditation. Tomorrow, start your ownership affirmations. Make every decision from embodiment. Track your evidence. Create your future memories. Move systematically through the 4 stages. Don't rush, don't force. Trust the process, because the process is based on fundamental laws of consciousness and reality. When you align with these laws, manifestation is inevitable. Remember, you already have it. You just don't know it yet. But now, through these teachings and practices, you're learning to know. And in that knowing, everything changes. Your paradigm breaks. Your reality shifts. You become who you've always been at the quantum level. You have what you've always had at the quantum level. You're just finally experiencing it physically. This is your truth. This is your power. This is your reality. You already have it. Now go live from that knowing. Good night, and remember, you already have it. You already are it. You just need to know it.